Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to YouTube Gaming Community number 139. I hope everybody had a happy and awesome New Year. I know I did. But real quickly, it never fails. When I say I post I'm going to record a YouTube Gaming Community video tonight and something comes up. For those that don't know, I've mentioned this before in a video. I was born with irritable bowel syndrome, which who named this? Who thought this name was a good idea? That people, when they say that, it just sounds nasty. It sounds disgusting. It sounds like you're doing something dirty. It's just wrong. But anyway, and simply put, I was drinking too much stuff like this and not eating healthy, and I've been eating more healthy and drinking more water. And just like whether it be cholesterol, everything, as you get older, you have to regulate stuff better to take care of yourself, and that's simply what it is. So if you want to know what I looked like a couple nights ago, it's simply after all said and done, the blood vessels have basically all broken right here on my face, and it broke around my eye. So it looked basically like someone kicked my ass. That was part of an ass-kicking contest. I was the contestant getting my ass kicked by everybody else. It looked, some people would probably like that idea, but that's what happened. So, since we are in 2012, the topic, simple topic, what are your plans on YouTube in 2012? Now, I do not mean like major spoilers, like surprises that you're trying to keep secret for everybody. We all have those cool little things we're working on that we're keeping quiet because we like to surprise people when we put it up, or we're excited to just get that spontaneous reaction. Maybe it's changes to your channel. Maybe it's things you want to add to your channel. We're not going to talk about what YouTube should do in 2012. Simply put, they should fix everything. Fix the messaging system that's broke. Fix the fact I get the videos in my subscription box, all that other stuff. We can go on to that topic forever. But let's talk about this channel. I guess both my channels in 2012 would be better. First things first, the scenery behind you will completely change in 2012. My entertainment system with my Kinect and Xbox will be right where I'm sitting soon this year. We're switching this whole basement around. The reason being, a lot of our friends want to see the Kinect, and simply put, I have the minimum 6 feet to play single player, and I know I could go buy that thing to make it, convince it that you're further away than you really are, but since it's a long straight shoot here, we're going to put it here so that people want to play and come try it out and not beat the crap out of each other or knock each other over when they're playing the game. The game room is slowly being worked on. That'll be done this year, and that'll be when that's finally done. That's where I'll record the videos out of. Also, on the AAA 385 show channel, which has been kind of dormant for a couple months, I've been knocking around this idea for a week about doing a vlog about, like the games I played the night before. Because, so many times we do reviews or we do a gameplay, a 15-minute gameplay of a game. We really don't talk about every cool thing or remember every cool thing that happens along the way playing that game. Or maybe every bad thing that happens or things that aren't supposed to happen in the game. And so I'm going to do that on that channel, and also in that vlog I could end up talking about books or movies. Like, for example, when I watched my Gamera 3 movie I got for Christmas, in that movie they showed the Dreamcast. Now this movie came out in 1999, so that's when the Dreamcast was out. And so, and things in my life, just things in general, I'm going to vlog in there every day. So that's one thing I'm going to do on that channel. I'll still have the other videos so often on that channel that I do all the time. Third, I would like to do some gameplay videos. I haven't done some in a while. I want to do gameplay of games I personally love, not just do gameplays of game just to do it. Like my NFL Blitz on the N64 that I did, a game I absolutely love to play. I'm still amazed that I get a comment every month to that video, to be honest with you. Even if it's this camera, I'm still going to I want to do some gameplay. I want to answer my comments more. Now, I don't expect to answer like all my comments every single video, but I expect to answer most of them because at times I haven't answered any of my comments, and if people at least take the time to leave a comment, I at least want to, be able to at least respond to most of them. I think one thing that I could seriously people could criticize me for, honestly criticize me for, would be not interacting with the community very much actually in 2011. To be honest with you, whether it be comments, maybe some messages, maybe just in general. I need to be, a lot of videos I've watched I haven't left comments to and stuff like that, or live streams I just sat in the background. People know that I'm there and interacting with the community. It's something I do want to do this year, which leads to me, I do want to do some collab videos this year with people in the community. I do want to do some collaboration. Because, I did a little gameplay with a couple people last year, which was kind of thing, hey, we're playing, we're going to capture it kind of thing. I did a podcast or two with people, which they're actually all gone now, but more collaboration with people in the community I think would be really cool. That's what I'd like to do this year for me. And of course, this YouTube gaming community will be once a week. I'm keeping it that way. Sometimes too much of a good thing is a bad thing, and not only did it make my schedule hectic to try to keep up with it, but even though I love doing it, but a lot of people had feedback to me in the past that we're doing it too fast, they couldn't keep up, and so this way it gives people more time. That's why I'm also doing the vlog on the other channel, because I don't want to bury these. The other thing I need to do, the last thing I need to bring up is I'm going to make playlists on this channel, like when I did pick up videos in one, any gameplay in one, the community in one, and then was My Arcade, My Computer Life. I think I'll put that in one together, all that stuff together. That's what I'm going to do this year. I would also like to do something that's not YouTube related. I would love to do a live stream on Twitch TV sometime this year, but I have to get everything to do it. I would just love to sit there and talk and shoot the breeze with fellow YouTubers. That's what I would also like to. That's what I'd like to do this year. Those are my goals, you might say, for 2012. So, what are your goals for 2012? So, let's get to the videos to check out, since I've talked enough about me. Bored enough people, they're probably asleep by now. And that is the one video I got more requested than anything that people wanted me to shout out, though the Miz was the first one to send me the message about it, and that was Captain 8-Bit, A Game Chaser's Christmas Cartoon. Now, when I watched this video, which I watched it, I think, a couple hours after it came out, I'd watched the video. The first thing is, to me, the cartoon animation looked better in this one than the first one. And they had a lot of more YouTubers in this video from our community, and a lot of great funny bits of making fun of themselves, which I thought was great. Anytime you can make fun of yourself, that is always awesome. It's a great video if you haven't seen it. So next up, Pee-Wee23, 2011 YouTube Community Tribute. So basically, he took 10-second clips from people in the community that he'd like to watch in 2011 and put them all together in a montage to shout them out. Really cool video. A lot of people in the video in our community. Next up, Lots of Games did my top 10 underrated Xbox 360 game exclusives. I had forgotten a lot of these exclusives he shouts out in this video. In our gaming generation, things go by so fast. It's always the next game. It's always the next big thing that we focused on. Sometimes you forget how many good games that had come out for the system that you totally had never played or never got. Because right now we're in that great. It's going to be slow here for a little bit, and then come end of February and March, we're just going to get slammed. The amount of games coming out that time period are just crazily insane. As gamers, there's just no way you're going to keep up with all of it. I'm hoping some of those games get pushed back, because I don't know how all those games are going to come out and be successful. But next up is Maraguta553, Power on Podcast Gets Going, Episode 1. He had done one in the past, and they kind of ended it. So now they're doing this podcast, so you should check it out. You want to hear some gamers over in Japan talking about the gaming? Next up is MaximumRD, Video Game Console Smashers Suck, Pathetic Attention Horse. Now this video, MaximumRD made it quite simply. He doesn't like, I don't like people disrespecting the past, right? Maybe you'll never play the older games before the 360, but to simply destroy what I consider any video game from the past till now, it's a piece of history. I don't think the people understand these games aren't going to last forever. Each copy you destroy is destroying a copy in that game. Not every ROM out there is accurate yet. Not every ROM is perfect. Until we get the ROMs perfect, then we'll have a complete, history of gaming. But when people destroy, to me, they're destroying history, and you're doing it just to get attention. There are games that I play that I simply don't like, but I'm not going to destroy the game. It's respecting what's come in the past, or I respect even the games I don't like. I would not destroy it, because somebody out there loves that game, and I would love for that person, either maybe they've played that game before and want it again, or maybe they've never played that game, but they'll play the game and find out they love it. So Next up, XIXMayheMXIX. WTF, Sophie's Hama Bead 8-bit design artwork. So if you've never seen Hama Bead 8-bit design work, it's really cool. A lot of 8-bit characters in here. Check it out. Next up is markvergeer's Outrun2 Drifting AAA Challenge Contest. This video reminded me that, Xbox 360 does have certain Xbox games that's compatible to. And I went to their Xbox and their actual official list of games that are compatible from the Xbox to 360. And there are a lot of games on there now that weren't out there when I originally checked out that list years ago. And Outrun 2 is one of them. And he's running this contest till the end of February to try to drift and do the AAA challenge. He plays this game, I believe, like 10 times in this video, if you want to see an example of how to drift and what you need to do this challenge. Next up is majicpen D+ARCADE reviews Crash Team Racing. So this is an example of a guy on YouTube who, he can't speak, okay? Not like we can speak. He can't speak, but he uses sign language. But you know what? In this video form, the simple truth is you can use subtitles to get your opinion across. And he did a really great job, simply put, in this video, of describing his passion, his love for this game, and just the amount. I did not realize how many different modes and how much depth of gameplay were in Crash Team Racing until his video. So if you really check it out, it is an awesome video. Simply awesome video on that game. Next up, it's called the COFFEH GameStop LOL. This is by Dexterity Bonus. What your other channel would be? What? Press start. Anyway, in this video, she gives a funny GameStop story about how this GameStop employee is just, oh my gosh. I would literally probably be upset if I had this GameStop employee in my GameStop when I went to buy a game. So if you're interested, check out this video. It's really awesome. Next up is Unleaded Logic Rough Groove Surface Kickstarter product. So he's doing a Kickstarter to raise money to. Yes, he's a guy in a gaming community, but he also loves to make music, and he's doing a Kickstarter to get support for him to make his next album that he wants to do and he's working on. And he does have different donation levels. If you hit a certain level, you get a cool bonus. Like I think is it $5? I think it is. You get every month. You get one of the songs from the album released early before before the album's out and stuff. Again, just a guy. I have no problem with people try to do stuff like this, to try to do something they want to do or they dream of doing. It's a cool thing. Someone wants to do, whether it be a movie or whether it be an album, and it's their dream to make this album. And if people or fans want to help out, that's cool. You don't have to help. It's just if you want to help. If you want to check out, he is playing a song of the album while he's talking in the video, if you want to check it out. Next up is pocketmego Gaming Wrong, January 3rd, 2012. Game industry fascism. Come on, Robert, get it out your mouth. So, his first story has to do with the Old Republic, how there's a planet in the game that you can go to and there's a bunch of chests, and people are just hoarding through the chest and getting a bunch of items they're not supposed to get because they're the level, and how their BioWare, or EA, it could be EA because it is EA servers, it may not be BioWare, is banning people for that, and how, when people put stuff in a game and it's there, but yet they ban you for the fact it's in the game, right? And how, not just that, but all the different kinds of fascism that the game industry, throws on players that are wrong. Which, while I'm thinking about this, SOPA's become a big deal. Right now everybody's paying attention to it. It was kind of cool to see that Epic came out and said they are not for SOPA, and it's been reported that supposedly Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft have pulled their support for this bill. So it'll be interesting how this plays out. It is a very important piece of legislation. Again, for people who think, okay, we've won, if this does go away or whatever, they're going to bring it back again. They're going to bring it back in a different name and interface. You always got to be paying attention to what they're doing, because they're not going to stop. They just need you not to pay attention one time to get something like that through. So, cyanidebreathmintz did a Japanese PS2 y'all showing his Japanese PS2 games, which I just love the artwork of those games and how cool they look. So if you're interested, check that out. Next up is shaurz, Counterfeit Nintendo DS Games. So maybe you're somebody who's never bought games online before, or maybe you've never bought DS games online before. If you buy anything online at all, no matter what it is, always research to know what the genuine item you're getting looks like, and what the counterfeit out there are, so that you do not get ripped off. Because a lot of people will make the mistake of buying. Rule number one: do never buy from a guy who uses a stock photo. Okay, that I don't know how many people I know who bought from people who use stock photo, and then they send them a burned copy or not the right thing. Always buy from a person who has an actual picture of the item, and do your research, because if you get burned, it is, I know some people are going to admit, it is completely your fault if you do not research what you're buying to make sure it's the authentic item that you're getting. Next up is 78 Strider Strikes Back, Strider Video Game Collection. If you want to see a lot of his cool, from, Japanese to, heck, some Strider games I didn't even know existed. Check it out, it's really cool. And last but not least, TheGreenMonkeyKing PC Engine Super CD-ROM 2, a piece of hardware I did not know even existed. The Super CD2 is really cool because you do not need to use the cards, that you normally used to play the games through it. And he does a great job going through not only, description of the CD itself and everything, but every one of the systems that hook up to it, Neo Geo's and stuff. So guys, that is all for now. Next community video will be on not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I will see you all then.